All right, Tyson. I read your questions already. Let's jump right into it. You have a lot of questions, which I really appreciate. I'm just gonna treat this like a normal review. I think I'll touch on a lot of the questions that you have. So let's just get into it. Your team's already dead. I know that. We can skip here. Let's hear. Alright, here's the fight. Start poking at the tracer, that's fine. Yeah, you're playing really far forward right now. I'm not gonna draw anything. You already know that you're playing way too far forward. So I will draw something. Your composition. This is blinding me right now. Your composition, Reinhardt in the front, followed by the Zarya right behind him so that they can trade aggro. Followed by you as JunkRat. Followed by, that looks like a T. Followed by, that doesn't look like anything. You understand that's supposed to be a J for JunkRat. Followed by the supports right here, and the McCree right here-ish, maybe over by you, depending. Right now, your Lucio's really far forward. Your Reinhardt is behind you, and you're second to front. You're playing really far forward right now. Good push overall. You have no understanding of where they are, so that's not entirely on you. Since we're looking to self-improve, I'll be a bit meaner on you. For awareness, you need to understand where the team is, and if you don't know where the team is, you need to fire in directions that you think they will be. So this point, you saw some silhouettes left, you start firing left. That's completely fine. You take half your health. Your Ana should start to heal you, but since you're already half health, don't completely follow right behind your Ryan, because you did see the fire shoot through this window over here. You should go back into the room and get healed up. Said you move forward and die, getting completely fucked, and your team is out of DPS. So they start to get wiped. Moving forward, positioning is a bit better. Your Ryan gets caught off. There's not much you can do about that. Is that the same push? Yeah. Okay. You guys die there again. Moving forward. I mean, there are mechanics to JunkRat. Personally, I wouldn't be the best influence to teach you the mechanics of JunkRat. If you wanted to learn them, I'd have to put a couple too many hours into finding gameplay, learning it myself. If you really want it, I can figure it out. Most likely within the next 2 to 3 weeks, or around time for summer open division if you decide to play. But right now, you don't have many mechanics for this hero. You're firing in the general vicinity of the enemy, which is good, but you're never hitting anything in the general vicinity of the enemy, which is bad. Your AoE bombs, you need to provide AoE damage that also disrupt, and you're constantly getting picked. So moving forward, your team tells you where they are. That's a pretty good trap. This is fine. Trying to fire over it. I'm not entirely sure if you should have fired over it, because you weren't going to get a pick because you were the only damage dealer. It was definitely a good try, But I think that once this came up, your team should have focused down at least one of the pillars, maybe one of these two. Well, one of these. Or the end pillars. But since your Rhine was in the middle, it's preferable one of these. You probably should just focus on the pillar with your team. You start to contest the McCree so he doesn't get another pick. Good job. Start backing up. Interesting mine. Doesn't matter. You didn't die. So this is a hard matchup for you. They have a constant shield in your way. They have a Zarya to directly counter your damage and also give her self-charge. It's actually smart walking into the shield because there are no damage dealers that are going to contest you at that time. I like that move. Getting really aggressive, but they're not contesting you, so I'm not going to complain about it. Completely fine. As soon as you start getting contested, though, I want to see you back up. Interesting Riptire. I know you're trying to get it off as soon as possible, but you were in a really bad position. The Mei could have focused you down and then your Riptire, and you would have been completely fucked. Maybe go around that corner instead. There's nothing you can do here. You get wiped. Moving forward. Sorry, I'm making this fast. I don't intend to make it fast. It's just commonality mistakes. The larger the mistake, the more I tend to dwell on it. If it's a micro mistake, then I tend to keep going forward and expect the player to learn it based on what I'm saying. Hope that makes sense. Firing directly into the shield, that's completely fine. Nice move into the corner so that you can get damage off without getting contested. Right about here, as soon as Ryan stops contesting you, I think that's a good Riptire. I know hindsight's 20/20, so you wouldn't have thought about it in game, but that's why I'm here to try and help you think about it in game. So it's an even fight. The Reinhardt's still alive, even though you're more coalescent. The Reinhardt's still alive. The enemy has 2 behind him, and you're now in a safe spot. You can continue to poke with your damage. It's completely fine. You can keep doing that, but I think Riptire is better suited for this because they either have to focus your Reinhardt or your Riptire. If they focus your Reinhardt slaughters their Rein and continues to push forward. If you focus your Reinhardt, then your Riptire demolishes them. So right here, perfect opportunity. Since you're in them, it is an easy target, so it gets picked off. I think if you did it a little bit earlier, it would have been fine. I know you were waiting for the combo most likely, but I'm just letting you know that if the combo isn't necessarily called, which it wasn't, it's more or less on your general knowledge of when to use it. I'm interested in the other gameplay. Do I have you play JunkRat again? Yeah. Okay. There's certain maps I'm also not too worried on. You got fucked there. But there's certain maps I'm not too worried on because of the fact that it was more of a team effort that fucked you over. I can't really talk about your lack of awareness or your out of position plays if your team isn't in a position and your team doesn't have a map awareness to begin with, considering the fact that they don't know where anybody is. So I can really, coaches have this thing where I can't type with this thing, right? No. Okay. Okay. Well, coaches have this thing where they. Oh, I can. Nope, it's only available in Pro. If anybody wants to buy me Pro, this could be helpful for coaching. How much is it? $20 for a lifetime. If anybody wants to buy me Pro, this could be helpful for coaching. But coaches have this thing where if they do VOD reviews, I can't do it because of our team, sadly. But if they do VOD reviews, they have a very specific request where the VOD needs to be a loss in a very demanding environment like comp or scrims. This looks like a 12-year-old wrote it. And the VOD needs to be rather close. If the enemy team stomps, it's almost impossible to get any understanding of skills because you'll most likely be stuck in base for most of the game. If it's not a loss, I could be seeing your best performance of your lifetime. So a loss will normally show more errors than a win, just due to the fact that it normally means that the enemy team was equal or better than you. Normally. But when it's not a close loss, it's rather hard to actually see certain things. But because we normally don't have rather close losses, I've just gotten rid of that rule in general. Sadly. I'd love to have more close losses so that I can help you guys out more. Alright. That's good fire. You can't really contest the soldier in the high ground. You could shift up there. But if you don't trust yourself, I don't recommend it. That's really on how you feel at the time. And you have to tell your team that. I would like you to say, soldier's top. I don't feel confident enough to contest him. Just like that. Or anything else you want to add? Overall, you're getting okay damage off. You lose DPS. The game lagged. You're getting pushed back. You understand that, and you try to make it back. That's not on you for not making it back. You did try to. Alright, you guys got like 2 more pushes maybe. You can test the soldier on the high ground. Great job. I'm proud of you for that one. There's not much you can do there. Do you have an understanding of what you're supposed to be doing, which is great. You definitely didn't need to face tank that Reinhardt. But me telling you that is not gonna teach you anything. I need like a bigger lesson overall. And I don't know if this game has something similar. I'm not watching defense. Defense is a shit show. Let's just move to final game. I think that this has probably the most lessons I can teach. Find out. Hope your day's been alright, man. I might as well make small talk while I wait for this to load. You can see the time at the bottom right. It's currently almost 5 a.m. I've taken about 3 melatonin. Just got off a call with Walter. And sadly, I always have difficulty sleeping. I'd like to not, but it doesn't seem like that'll happen anytime soon. There we go. Alright. So what happens here? I know your team is telling exactly when you're gonna dive. Okay. Great focus. That was really nice. As soon as your team said to focus on the Baptiste thing, you focused it down. Your team is dead. You might as well back out here. You can try and get a bit more poke off, but you might as well just back out. Nice job getting around the corner to heal. From that directly, I feel like I know that you have an understanding of what to push and what to focus. You do a pretty good job focusing what your team wants you to focus, which is nice to see. You get there at the right time as they say that they're diving. That's really nice. The only issue is the shield. I think that this isn't like always the best option, and normally I wouldn't tell you to do this, but I'm having you play Soldier because Soldier is slowly making his way back in the meta, but for higher elos. Soldier in a lower elo performance is really bad. And I mean, when I say that, I mean it's due to the fact that in a lower elo, you're just firing into a shield. And if you want to constantly fire into a shield, there's definitely better damage that can break a shield than Soldier. You have JunkRat, you have Vara, you have Hanzo. You can dive right through the shield with the Genji. There's 20 times better DPS to do the job of focusing into a shield. And even with the small buff to Soldier 76's damage, he's still probably one of the worst to force himself directly into a shield. So in higher elo, what they do, I wouldn't suggest doing this in an actual game until you feel fully confident in doing it and your ability to play Soldier. But if I were to coach a higher elo player, and I'm gonna pretend like you're a higher elo player right now, because you focus the correct things, you have the aim, you have the mindset to improve. So I think that it's capable for you. This is the main shield. You know the focus target. It's this guy right here, or the piece thing that comes right above them. You know those targets. Firing directly into the shield, like I said, there's better characters. Soldier is one of the worst currently to do that. So instead, as these two dive, you set up a flank route. Them diving is the perfect excuse to find a flank route. You're going to be missing a couple seconds of damage. But the couple seconds of damage to relocate to the left staircase over here, over by the shop, or directly behind them contesting the balcony over here on point. Here, let me give you an overhead so that you can understand that a bit more. I don't know if I'm gonna find one. I had no stat and it has overheads, but I'm not gonna pay for it. I normally don't use Microsoft Edge, by the way. It just automatically opens with my videos. Temple of Anubis. Are those the only maps? Those are the only. Okay. That's useless for me. Completely useless for me. There has to be a place where I can find the overhead. No. Is this it? No, that's Call of Duty. Wait, you gotta be kidding, right? What is this? Maybe if I look it up on here. This fucking sucks. I'm almost losing my train of thought because of this. This is my bad, Tyson. I didn't think that it'd be so difficult to find an overhead of Paris. The fuck? Alright, whatever. We're using this. This is perfectly fine. Okay. So this is the balcony I was talking about, like right here. So you got a few options. And it's based on how they're playing and what you think is the best option. You got the left staircase that goes into the shop. You can't see it on this. That'll have a clear line of sight. Let's save this image. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Fuck, that's not perfect. Yeah, this is stupid. I can't get shit right now. Fuck, dude. Paris, sure. Stop. Okay, worthless. Back to this before I get pissed that I can't find anything. You got the staircase over here going into shop that has direct vision of where they're holding currently. If you run up these stairs, you can directly make them turn to face you while you cap point, or you can go up to this balcony and fire at them over here. So now they have to focus either your dive tanks, your Farah on the left hand side, or you in the balcony behind them. They can't focus them all. That's probably your main issue with Soldier. And that's probably the issue that we're gonna have for a while until you figure out more map placements. I could go over map placements with you, or you could play games, send them to me, and I can yell at you for certain map placements. But overall, Soldier's useless if you're just firing into a shield. Completely useless. There are legitimately 4 to 5 characters that are significantly better than him for firing into a shield. At least 4 to 5 characters. So when I have you play Soldier, you need a little bit more map awareness and an understanding of where to be and how to play it. Now you know. Honestly, flanking Soldier is one of the best soldiers currently. To have a soldier just stand behind your shield and break shield would be rather pointless currently in this current meta. That's not to say maybe if they buff his damage by 3 again, it won't be useful. But right now in this current meta, especially with Tac Visor, getting blocked by bunker compositions, it's rather useless. So, just letting you know that. I'm sure that you'll figure that out now. You get things pretty quickly, actually. Alright. Going forward, your team's in a position again. You're probably going to fire directly into the shield. The shield broke, so you have a pretty good chance here. Focusing the correct people. Yeah, you're going to die here. It's not on you, though. You were focusing the correct people. The shield broke, and you got some decent damage off. Just don't forget the things. They don't have a shield up currently. You're poking. You have tac visor. Don't forget the things I told you previously. Am I going to make you switch off? No? Okay. But yeah, don't forget the things I told you previously of what to do with Soldier. That'd probably be really useful. Because, imagine. Soldier does... They just buffed his damage, so I don't remember it entirely anymore. I can find it here. 10 to 20 damage per shot. That was also buffed, at least on PTR currently. On PTR, it's currently like 23 damage per shot, so that's really good. Obviously, not falling off, but 10 to 20 damage per shot. If you hit all those shots, at worst case scenario, it'll take you 9 rounds per second, 10 damage, 90 damage per second. That's pretty good. It would take you, not including the reload of 1.5, it would take you about 4 seconds to kill any 200 health target if you fire and hit every shot into them. 4 seconds. Imagine US Soldier in the back line hitting every shot and destroying them. Now they either have to focus you, the dive tanks that are jumping in front of them to contest their bunker composition, or the fire that's concussive blasting and AoE damaging them. This is the last push, right? Good sprint, actually. And good try to get behind them. The D.Va was smart enough to chase you down, though. Okay. Well, I'm not going to watch this because it ends rather quickly. But if you need more help with JunkRat, I can definitely sit down and learn absolutely everything I can about JunkRat for a couple weeks. Maybe have all the information for you by I don't know, summertime, if you decide to play for the team around summer. But for Soldier, I hope you take what I'm saying into consideration. Your aim is there, your accuracy is really good, your target priority is really good, and the way that you listen to your target caller is nice. It's impressive, actually. So if you just add the flanking and roaming and positioning to your arsenal, you're gonna be probably like one of the best soldiers in open division. I'll be honest with you. There's not many soldiers, because even diamond players can't figure out the full positioning of Soldier. So if you can figure that out on most maps of open division, and inevitably TESPA, so long as there's no nerfs to Soldier, you could be a pretty big force. And then don't take this wrong. If it's a GOAT composition, first of all, I wouldn't make you play Soldier into a GOAT composition. But if you were, definitely don't go flanking soldier. That's probably the worst option in an enemy go composition. But I hope this helped. I'm gonna look at your questions one more time. I couldn't entirely help you with the JunkRat stuff. Did it did say that you were a bit too forward. You did change some of the mistakes in Eichenwald, and you started to do the things that I was talking about at the end of the game, which was nice. And Soldier, like I said, you were playing Soldier right for your elo, but I trust that you can do a lot more. And if you take that stuff into consideration, games could probably be won off of you. Like, you could be a real carry. You could be a giant threat and a real carry. But yeah, I hope that helped, man. Good luck.